Hello everyone, my name is Jesus Torres and thank you so much for joining today's discussion here at Rational Angles. I want to talk today about some videos I've been seeing lately, which are people talking about how they're unhappy with how much we're being taxed in this country, and that they believe the taxes that they have taken out of their paychecks are being used for wasteful things that they don't support. Well, when I hear this, I have a lot of thoughts. So I want to start by talking about how they're saying that they think we're being taxed too much. Some even say that we should not be taxed at all. So when people say that we are being taxed too much or not taxed at all, it makes me, as somebody that loves history, just look back at what I've learned from history, that since the cradle of civilization, thousands of years ago, we've had taxes, because that's how we fund governments. So it's impossible to get rid of taxes if you want to live in a society. But as far as not being taxed a lot, I do agree with them. We don't want to be overtaxed. We want to be able to keep as much as we can from our paychecks, because we work hard for those, for those dollars that we have in our paychecks. We want to have, of course, the least amount taken out for tax purposes. But at the same time, we have to understand that we do have to fund the government, and what we can do is we can make sure when there's elections that we are informed of what's being passed, what's being taxed, how it's being taxed, and for what purposes. Which leads me into the other part of the videos, which is people feeling that all these taxes are going for wasteful purposes. And if you listen to what people are saying, what they're really saying is that they feel that the taxes taken out of their checks, those are going to things that are not really useful. They consider them wasteful. But if you listen to them, it's anything that's not of use to them. If it's not of use to them, it's considered waste. But they never stop and consider that somebody else might not use the things that they use, and they might consider those things that help them wasteful. And that's something that we've seen a lot in in the media. We've seen how people voted for things with the last election. They wanted to have benefits cut, and then they had their own benefits cut and they were upset about it. So we always want to look at the picture of what is being funded. And a combination of this whole videos that I'm seeing, when people complain about them funding the government and having taxes taken out of their paychecks, they act as though they fund every single thing from their paychecks. And that's not how taxes work. The way taxes work is you have an amount taken out of your paycheck just like everybody else, and that amount is spread out through several government programs, particularly the ones that are in the immediate area, and of course national programs. Even if you may not use them, but you're not funding every single program that's out there, the reality is that you're paying a fraction of a cent to 1 or 2 cents. You don't pay a whole, your whole check into one thing, and you don't fund it all yourself. It's a pool of all the taxes from citizens. And the people who have this idea, they always get so angry, like we said earlier, that they feel the taxes are being misspent, that it's wasteful, because it's not something that they're using. We've even seen videos where if they think that somebody's using food stamps at a store, they'll even start calling them out in public because they're so upset about it. But they also celebrate tax breaks being passed for the rich and for corporations. It's as though they don't realize that the tax government programs, all of them, from assistance programs to military to roads, everything, they're all gonna send a bill to the government each month, and that bill does not stop if you issue credits to the rich for tax cuts. Rather, that amount is shifted. They won't have to pay it. Instead, the middle class and the working class are the ones who have to pay that shift, that burden that now the rich won't be paying because they got a tax credit. So I feel like when people make those videos, they rightly are upset because, you know, they see a lot of money being taken out of their checking account. They don't really know how it's being spent. I feel like our government at all levels could implement something like an invoice, you know, like whenever you get your cell phone bill and it's broken down by every single line item that you're being charged and for what reason you're being charged. Maybe if we did that with taxes, it would help educate people of how taxes are being spent and how much is being spent from each individual. I think it would be something that would be possible. What do you think about this? Do you think that we are being taxed too much? Do you think taxes are wasteful or not wasteful? And what do you think about my idea of breaking down how each person's portion that they pay in taxes is allocated? How do you think that idea would work? Do you think it would work to help bring clarity to the issue? I'd really like to hear your opinion on this. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to the channel. It would really help me out. Like the video and share it. Again, this is Jesus Torres with Rational Angles. And until next time, I hope you have a great rest of your day.